Hi students, today the important topic is mucopolysaccharidosis, or is known as lysosomal storage disorders. This is actually your 5-mark question, so you have to give some introductory point about this lysosomal storage disorders. Okay, the first point is these disorders caused by the deficiency of enzymes in the degradation of glycosaminoglycans or mucopolysaccharides. Again, I am repeating, it is caused by the deficiency of the enzymes in the degradation of GAGs, GAG, that is glycosaminoglycans, otherwise called as mucopolysaccharides, like keratin sulfate, dermaton sulfate, heparan sulfate and chondroitin sulfate. While reading your mucopolysaccharides, the examples are heparin, hyaluronic acid, chondroitin sulfate, heparan sulfate, like that examples, right? So accumulation of these products in a brain or in connective tissue or in the body produces mucopolysaccharidosis or lysosomal storage diseases. Okay. Second point is, so what is the relation between this GAG and LSD or mucopolysaccharidosis? Accumulation of these products or produces some disorders that is known as lysosomal storage diseases. So the organs usually involved in this group of lysosomal storage disorders are brain, bone, ears, eyes and heart usually. So for LSD, that is lysosomal storage diseases or mucopolysaccharidosis, right? The question is mucopolysaccharidosis. Number 1 disease name, number 2 deficiency of the enzyme name, number 3 accumulated product name, and the last one is what are all the clinical manifestations involved in each disorder, right? Usually, heparan sulfate is the main component which is producing mental retardation. This is very important MCQ. And other manifestations are usually skeletal abnormalities, dysplasia of bone growth, retinal degeneration, glaucoma, and corneal opacity that produces loss of vision. Then accumulation of these glycosaminoglycans in brain will produce developmental delay, behavioral problems, and in the ear producing loss of hearing. Then in the liver and the spleen, hepatomegaly and splenomegaly, and in the heart, cardiomegaly and valvular diseases. So these are all the other clinical manifestations along with your main clinical presentation, mental retardation. And the next one is the MCQ point of view is either the disorders are coming under autosomal recessive or X-linked recessive. Here there is no autosomal dominant disorder. All are coming under X-linked recessive, only one disease. Others are coming under autosomal recessive disorders. And the last one is what are all the investigative points? Usually urinary test only. Sometimes they will go for enzyme assays for the respective enzymes. And the latest one is prenatal screening. They want to go for some chorionic villus sampling test for the identification of the molecular level also sometimes. So this is the outline for the liposomal storage disorders or mucopolysaccharidosis 5-mark question. Right. Now coming to the example, you are going to give some 7 or 8 diseases in your book. I am going to give only 4 diseases which is very important for your theory part. So mucopolysaccharidosis, otherwise called as lysosomal storage diseases, these are all the some descriptive points. That is, the enzymes are lysosomal hydrolases. Commonly the group is called as lysosomal hydrolases. Next one is accumulation of GAGs in some parts of our body, then excreted in urine. That is, what are all the excretory product in each disease. So these are all the some outlines. First one is, I am going to give only 4 diseases, which is very important for your 5-mark short notes. First one is Hurler syndrome, that is MPS 1, mucopolysaccharidosis 1, type 1, usually autosomal recessive. The enzyme defect is alpha L iduronidase. Alpha L iduronidase, enzyme name. So which will get accumulated in brain, bone, eyes. In eyes, the GAGs accumulation will produce retinopathy and corneal clouding. Finally, they will go for loss of vision. So the accumulated product is usually heparan sulfate and dermatan sulfate, which is excreted in urine. Second disease is Hunter's disease. First one is Hurler's disease. Second one is Hunter's disease. Here the enzyme deficiency, enzyme name is iduronate sulfatase. This is actually X-linked recessive, that is mucopolysaccharidosis 2, type 2. Here the products excreted in urine, that is accumulated product, is heparan sulfate and dermatan sulfate. The accumulated organs are brain, bone, ear, that is deafness. This is very, very important. MCQ, deafness produced by mucopolysaccharidosis type 2. The disease is Hunter's disease. Okay. Both are having mental retardation, right? And coming to the third disease, mucopolysaccharidosis type 3, again autosomal recessive. We have 4 types, each individual enzyme defects I am giving. And the first one is, that is the enzyme deficiency heparan sulfatase, right? Type A. Type B, N-acetyl glucosaminidase. Type C, that is N-acetyl transferase. Type 4 is glucosamine sulfatase. Usually the first one is very, very important, heparan sulfatase for Sanfilippo syndrome, right? And the affected organs are brain, eyes, ear, and the accumulated product in urine is heparan sulfate. Right, again and again heparan sulfate accumulation and dermatan, sometimes keratan sulfate, sometimes chondroitin sulfate. And the last disease is Markov disease syndrome, that is type A and type B. In Markov disease, we have 2 enzyme defects. Type A produced by galactosamine 6 sulfatase, type B produced by beta galactosidase. 2 separate enzymes for 2 diseases. And the affected organs are brain, bones, eye, and accumulated product is, this is very, very different product, that is chondroitin sulfate and keratan sulfate is excreted in urine. That these are 2 are the accumulated product in Markov's A and B. So like that you have to write the answers for your mucopolysaccharidosis or lysosomal storage disorders. Okay.